tell if I'm straight here. Hi. Give me a second. Make sure I'm good. Oops. I got a little wonky. Well, it's just gonna have to work. There. I think that'll do. I think that suits us just fine. Hi. Hello. I'll give everybody a second here because I'm on here late tonight, but hey, you guys get to sleep in tomorrow, right? I'm sure everyone is observing the holiday. So we can kick it late night on the East Coast. It's not late on the West Coast yet, but it's a little late for us here on the East Coast. So I will take a second. I just put that thing online and let everybody know that I was going to come on here. So, and while we're getting started, check this out. So this is my new office, and all of this art behind me was done, except for this painting of the Hindu underworld from my daughter. All of this art was done from people who have been in sessions with me, in healing sessions. Isn't this cool? I don't know if you can see it from here. I'm trying to see. Excuse me. Can you see her? Oh, you can't see her. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here done by, like, this is a family. So all of this stuff behind me has a whole lot of meaning, and it's really cool, isn't it? We put our energy into things when we use our creativity, when we use our hands. We have forgotten, some of us, I'll say, as we are so into technology, I think we forget how much energy is in some of the things we do and some of the things we create. So when I cover my wall with this beautiful stuff that people have made, it creates quite an energetic connection in the room. So before we get started, first of all, thank you for being here with me. Happy Capricorn full moon. I'm really grateful to be here with you. Grateful and nervous. I don't know if you guys have any idea how flippin' nervous I get before I start these stinking things. That's one of the reasons I'm always on here so late, even though I prefer to be in the daylight, because I don't like these lights as much, so I prefer to do it in the daylight. But I guess this is just as spirit will have it, so I'm trying to get out of my own way and roll with the punches. Some days are better than others, but I think that's the grand idea here. So it's the Capricorn full moon. I'm a Capricorn. It's a really big deal. I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to tell you how it matters for you. We're going to do a live reading, and I'm going to share some of the things that I understand today intuitively that I think might help some of us, and just share my experience. I was going to say something else, but I cannot remember. I don't know. So we'll just get started and go with the flow. I am a Capricorn, so my nature is to structure everything perfectly. I want everything to roll perfectly. I want to look perfectly professional all of the time. This does not happen. I'm really trying to chill out. And be more in service to the collective more than I am in judgment of myself. This shit's getting old. It's really tiring, you know? Those of you who know me know I'm always just straight up honest about whatever is going on in my life. That either makes people want to hang out with me or not hang out with me, depending on where you're at in your life. Okay, so before we start, I'm going to ask you if you would like to calm down with me and join your energy and gain our little connection here. We all come together. We are greater as a collective than we are individually. And if we consciously put our energy in the same place and our focus, we become even more powerful. So in your mind's eye, I want you to, if you would like, excuse me, let me rephrase that. I invite you to open your heart space. In your mind's eye, you can kind of open your heart and open your head space. and your mind's eye. And it's even useful to open your hands. And then we're open and receptive, and we're connecting together, and we have a common focus of compassion and unity and love. And all of us want to feel better. All of us want to be happier and healthier, so we can easily pick a focus that we all agree upon, and we can manifest more health and happiness. That's how it works. Isn't that cool? So if you would like, go ahead and put your feet flat on the ground, or if you're sitting crisscross applesauce, bring your belly button forward, put your shoulders back. We're going to bring our heart center forward, and this is a throat chakra bowl I'm playing for you today. I chose this bowl right on time. I chose this bowl because I thought this is a really good chakra to give some love to on the Capricorn full moon. This time in life is all about our destiny. We're really having a whole lot of focus on our karma. Everyone is experiencing that in different ways, so it's a really good time to free our throat chakra. It's awesome. To free our throat chakra and to help ourselves speak our own truth, to honor our own souls, to bring forth what is within us. So, throat chakra it is, feet flat, belly button forward, heart center forward, shoulders back. We're going to take, when I tell you to take these big breaths in through your nose, inhale through your nose, and when you let it out through your mouth, you want to go, ah. It's called an audible exhale, and it makes you feel good. It's a good deal for your body to hear your breath exhaling with such calm and relief and release, and it makes you feel nice. So close your eyes, and if you are so inclined, take a big breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. And in through your nose and out through your mouth. We'll go again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And one more time, take a big breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Move your head from side to side. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And go ahead and open your eyes. Doesn't that feel good? For most of us, that's like the first time we've taken some big calming breaths all day. You just successfully completed a meditation. By listening to this beautiful tone, we are allowing ourselves to see and hear more truth and balance. And this helps all of those organs that are corresponding with your throat chakra. So anything in this area, any ears, nose, and throat stuff. Isn't that pretty? Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few cards for us, and then I will pull an oracle card for each sign. I would love to hear your feedback after you hear the cards, if they apply to your sign, how it applies in your life, how it's feasible for you. And because I'm interested in that stuff, I really like hearing how it applies for you. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I meant to put the link in the thing. I'll do it for you afterwards, but go subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more videos. The channel name is going to change. I'm completely rebranding. So just look for my beautiful face and come feel my energy, and you will know it is me, no matter what I call myself. So I'll be figuring that out. Okay, I'll post the link. Let me tell you here. So the north. We'll just wait till she calms down for a second. I think we have a delivery. So the north and the south node are changing signs in 13 days. Now, this is a really big deal, and I'm going to tell you what this means. For those who are new to astrology, I'm going to give you the little spiel that I give everybody. The reason I study astrology is because the universe is like a neighborhood. And with any neighborhood, right, some neighbors like each other, some neighbors do not like each other. Some neighbors don't mind when you throw parties, and some don't like that at all, right? And it's completely different depending on the neighbor. So the cosmos is like that. It's a great big neighborhood, and some neighbors get along better than others, and some don't get along very well at all. And some dynamics make for certain energies, and when that happens, those energies influence the other bodies in the cosmos, and everybody, meaning the other planets, and every living body on those planets. So when, like, Jupiter would throw parties, okay? Jupiter is all about expansion, right? And Mars would come throw gasoline on the fire and make that party live, right? And then, actually I should have said that for Pluto. Anyway, Pluto would come through and make a fire and burn everything to the ground. Saturn would be upset that you were parking your cars in the street and that everybody didn't have a parking permit in the driving area. And Venus might come through and change that whole game. And so as these dynamics change, the energies are influential, and we can use them to benefit our health, our manifestation. The energy is ripe, so why not use it? It's sort of like I tell people, you know, if you were younger and you were asking your parents for money or asking your parents to use the keys to the car, you're not going to ask them when they're tired and in a bad mood, or they just got some bad news or something like that. You're going to pick an opportune time to get the answer you want, right? So this is not overriding any higher power. It is harmonizing with. So we can tune into what's going on, and then we can use it to improve our own health, our own happiness, and all aspects of our life. So the North and the South Node in tropical astrology are called the North and South Node. In Vedic astrology, they're called Rahu and Ketu, and they're symbolized as a dragon, and Rahu is the head of the dragon and Ketu is the tail of the dragon. In tropical astrology, the North Node is your true north, your true destiny, and the South Node is your past, where you've already been. And where you don't, that's your karma. That's your karma. So you got destiny in front of you and karma behind you, right? And so right now, and those parts of your astrology, the North and South Node, are always active. And so when they switch signs, the focus in each person's life changes according to what sign they're going into and how that affects your own personal chart. And these nodes are about to change signs in 13 days. They're moving into Aries and Libra. They have been in Taurus and, Scorpio. And so the focus for the collective has been on how we live on the ground. We've needed to get out of our own heads. We've needed to get out of old belief systems. And we've needed to focus on what's really going on in our life. What can we build? Where's our creativity? Where's our energy going? What are we making? Who are you kicking it with, right? And if that's working for you, cool. And if not, we've needed to really put some focus into that. And so now, and like I said, we've needed to get out of old belief systems that are no longer beneficial. Now those nodes are moving into Aries and Libra. And so the North Node is moving into Aries, where the focus is going to become very much about our own self. We're going to have the ability to, and when I say the ability, that means you get life lessons that make your ass grow. You can sign up to grow, and then you have the ability and the allowance to help yourself get in a better place. But otherwise, you know, life happens, and those changes are what makes us adapt and what makes us grow. And so as these nodes change signs, Pluto is squaring them, and Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. So at this point, our karma and our destiny are absolutely presenting, and they're going to be served up on a platter. And the more we are willing and able to get out of our own way and stop fighting what is clearly right in front of our face and harmonize with what's going on around us, the more useful we can be, the more happy and healthy we will be, and the more things work. Now, that's a really big statement, and it's so much easier said than done. I've really been in my own way recently, and I've been able to tell how I'm treating myself by how I'm running my mouth about all these situations around me. So it's easy to say that, you know, you just need to get out of your own way, but usually when we're in our own way, we're not recognizing it. That's why we're in our own way. We're operating in some sort of a subconscious program, a subconscious belief that's not beneficial. So we become aware of these beliefs, and we become aware of what's going on when something happens in our life, in our conscious awareness, that forces us to pay attention to what's in front of our face and to interact. And at that point, we get to see, whoa, this is what's going on. I can interact the same way I've always done, or maybe I want to choose something different and stop being a momo because I'm getting the same mess over and over and over. And that's becoming really clear right now. Like if you have repeat relationships, these aspects will be very heavy, prevalent in either your personal, well, this is kind of everything. I was going to say either your personal life or your professional, but you could probably group most everything into your professional and personal life and or, right? So meaning that, like, for most of us, we might have part of that equation pretty under control. Like, we're feeling like one part of that is really out of control. And so we're going to be having situations happen in our life right now that show us where we need to make change. And, you know, karma is a spiritual dispensation on earth. There's no getting out of it. So sometimes we have debts to pay, and sometimes we are having debts repaid to us. And I am learning that the more I just stay open to the circumstances that are ever changing around me without my judgment, the more I am able to stay in the flow. It's like I'm more pliable. It's like spirit can move me where I need to be, instead of me sitting here being like, well, I'm not doing it right, or so-and-so didn't do it right. I can just be like, oh, that's changing. Oh, that's happening. Oh, all right then. Oh, okay. And then I can get moved. So that is the name of the game right now. So let's pull some cards and let's see what kind of a thing we have going on for the collective. And then I have these nifty little, I said nifty. Don't you love that word? It's a nifty word, isn't it? Look, we just pulled one. I have the cutest little oracle cards with me tonight. And so if you want one of these at the end, you can have one of them little babies for you. I'm into loving on all of us, because I think that's what we need on earth right now. I think we need more loving, more gentle, more feminine balance and nurture, more beauty, more benevolence. Those are my B's. That's why I be beautiful, because I want to be balanced, beautiful, benevolent. What else? I need more B words. Someone put me some B words in there. I have to fix my hair. Okay, I have to close my eyes. How's everybody dealing with this? This full moon is very illuminating. If you're a Capricorn, you've had your ass kicked for the last 15.5 years. Are you breathing? Are you here with us? How are you feeling? I'll talk about that too. We've had Pluto the Death Star. It's literally called the Death Star. The planet of death and rebirth. It's the furthest planet from our, it's the furthest out in our solar system. So it makes sense that like the, how do you say? It's like, it pushes your beliefs past this realm. It's the outside of our realm, right? So when Pluto moves into any sign, the collective feels the pressure to die and rebirth in that area. But that particular sign feels it on, an innermost soul level. So when Pluto came into Capricorn, it was all about the power systems and the financial systems and structure. And as we've seen in the last few years, all of that has changed and is crashing, is coming to an end. And Pluto is getting ready to move into Aquarius, and that will absolutely evolutionize what we think the human being is and what the human being is capable of. But Pluto has dug back into Capricorn from July, and it'll stay here till the middle of January. And it feels like, as a Capricorn, homeboy just came back to your house and is like all up in your face, on fire, making sure you were really fucking paying attention to the last 15.5 years of your life. Are you clued in? Are you paying attention to what's going on? And it just feels very like that to me. Pluto came into my sign and I got sober. And literally died as the human being I was. And I've been quite a few people in that sense. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you guys can't see the cards. There we go. Okay. So this says facing you. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can't see them. I'll show you. Okay. So this says that the name of the game for us, what's up? Our current situation is chaos. It's change. That's what it feels like anyway. And the energy that we're feeling, like inside, is that we're cut off, we're disconnected. We don't have enough resources. We don't have enough support. We don't have enough health. We just don't have enough. Like when this card is right side up, you can see it's a pregnant Viking woman. I love this card. And you see she's rolling deep, right? Like she is so protected and nurtured. Her resources are like bountiful. There's all these healthy, it's lots of resources, lots of men and women there, lots of support. We don't feel that way. That's upside down. What we need to do, what we need to put into our heart and our head and our hands is the Queen of Pentacles. We need to know that we are like ultra fertile, capable of manifesting, capable of creating the life we desire in our hands on the land in front of us. If we do that, the outcome is the Tower card and the Two of Cups. So if I put this all together with the very beginning, this chaos, it's funny. We live in a society. Let me finish this before I start ranting. Who should we be? We need to embrace the energy of the Hierophant. Okay, so what's this mean? This means that we live in a society right now where, this is my personal opinion, people are afraid to feel. They champion mind over matter and all this bullshit all the time. And if that shit were working, we wouldn't be where we are. We are devolving as a society because we're so afraid to feel and we want to look so good on the outside, right? And so when we have a whole lot of change and a whole lot of chaos, we tend to deem it as a bad deal. When things are on fire, we tend to think it's not advantageous. And yet my family and I were watching some, I like nature. That's all I watch on TV. I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV in 10 years, but every once in a while I want to watch like a nature program. So we were watching this nature program about how when the fires come through, the fires make certain seeds germinate and create new life that wouldn't happen if it weren't for the pressure and the heat of that fire. And if you ask me, that's what's up on earth right now. This chaos is creative chaos, and it's how things change. It's time. It's time. It's good. We don't want that old. We may feel disconnected because we've been told to cut off from our feelings. This is also, I believe, the new landing of the intuition. You see, we are intuitive, empathic, tuned in, turned on, bioelectric beings. And that's a very simple explanation of the human. Hey, take a break. It's my dog. We are so intuitive, and there's not empathic people and non-empathic people. Humans are empathic. Humans can feel. Humans are intuitive. Humans can hone their abilities. It's not that some of us have it. If one is capable, we are all capable. And some of us do go first so that we can hone those abilities and help others tune more into them, because they're freely accessible to anyone and everyone. So as we're feeling disconnected, we need to step into that role. Notice this is a woman, and she's holding this baby. I don't know if you can see there. She's holding a wee one. She's nursing a wee one. And see, she has all the riches. She has all the balance. There's those beautiful lotus flowers and the wisdom of the owl. These flowers, I was reading about the lotus and they're blooming the other day. All of this, she is capable of when she's in her female energy. And her female energy, and this goes for men and women, this is not a gender thing, is the nurture and the health and the balance, right? Putting that all into play. Bringing the mind and the spirit into the body, okay? And the outcome of that is the Two of Cups and the Tower card. The Tower card is, yeah, all this crazy crap crashing down around us. It's time for the old. We are literally beginning a new era on earth, a new paradigm. And it does have to come down. It does have to come down. That is not at the expense of intimate relationships with self, source, and others. Can I have a hallelujah? This is the dawning of, this could be an intimate relationship. This is twin flame love, okay? So this could be the dawning of the relationship with others. But before you have a great relationship with someone else, you have to have a great relationship with yourself. For me, it goes with myself and source first, or I really can't be present for you, right? So this old coming down and a new rebirthing, and the energy we're supposed to embody is the Hierophant. In my deck, that's the Dalai Lama. And that means that we're supposed to embrace change and tradition at the same time. That we want to bring new life and new thinking and new love and innovative, ingenious ideas and ways of being into our present. But we want to respect, as much tradition and structure as is needed, not to just straight demo things, which is kind of a contradiction here. But this is also embodying the energy where you bring yourself first before you expect to be part of a community. You see, if we all focus on ourselves, if everyone becomes the best human being, if I focus on Heather, because I believe Heather has things that you don't have and you have things that I don't have. And so if I do my job and become the best Heather, I can bring all kinds of gifts that Heather's packing inside forth for you. That might inspire you. If you go do you, you're going to inspire me. You're going to have stuff that I don't have, that I innately and inherently don't see the same, and I can't because I'm not you. I don't have your life experience. So if each person does that, we innately and inherently learn to govern ourselves better. It doesn't take a whole new overnight way of being for the collective. As things come down to a crashing halt, it's the birth and the ability to connect on an intimate level with ourselves first. You see, it's funny, lately that's been the real conundrum for me, I set out quite a few years ago, 10 years ago, consciously I started, well, I know now I've started this lifetimes ago. I'm fully aware of some of the times I have been here before. But in this body, yes, I said it. In this body, 10 years ago, I began to withdraw from popular thinking in an attempt to turn inward and listen more to the voice that streamed inside me, to hone my connection with the source of my understanding, and to learn to harmonize with the living systems of this earth and all her living creatures to the best of my ability. And so I wanted to recalibrate my thinking first, my believing second, my behaving third, and ultimately my body and being. And it was sort of a game to begin with. I didn't even really know if I could. And then fast forward quite some years, and I can balance my biology and help others do the same. My thinking is very different, I believe, from popular thinking. My behaving is too. The way my family operates is very different from, I would imagine, the way the norm family lives. But the benefits to our health and to our happiness and to our connection are also undeniable. So it creates an interesting paradox and paradigm for me and how I relate to others. And at the same time, when I feel like I don't resonate with what's going on around me, that is where now I've learned to turn inward and listen to what's going on inside me. And if I can balance my insides, my outsides always balance. It's been my experience. It is my understanding that my outside world is a response to my inner balance or lack of. So all I really need to do is hone my relationship with me, and things ultimately improve in front of me. This is the key to prayer, is to forget what I think I need. That's our universe card for tonight. So if someone could do me a favor and throw a stamp up there as to what time this video is on right now, we're going to go ahead and time stamp these oracle cards for each sign in real time. How brilliant is that? I don't think I've ever thought to ask y'all to do that for me. So if someone can just, I don't know if you guys can see on this video, I can't see how long I've been on here, but if someone can see that and they can just throw up the time, then I'm going to pull a card for Aries first, Taurus second, then we'll move down the list. These are Goddess Oracle cards. I use Goddess Oracle cards for both men and women in my readings. My thinking, oh, I want that feather. My thinking and my understanding is that we really need more of the, hang on. Of the divine feminine energy in our lives. We really need more nurture and balance, health and connection with ourselves and others. And it is really beneficial to women, and men are in dire need. Thank you, Jessica. I see that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, men need lots of love too. And y'all need it in a, anyway, these are good for everybody. Okay, so pulling a card for Aries. Aries has Hecate, the in-between, and she's upside down. So, if you can see her, number 19, 1 and 9 is 10. 10 shakes down to 1. So the focus, Aries, is going to be on self and source. Ooh, look at that. I opened right to it. And it says, there are times when you find yourself stuck between worlds, unable to go back to the way things were and afraid to move forward without knowing what you're facing. This indecision can be crippling, but you can't stay forever in the in-between. The goddess Hecate offers you a social alignment task. Make a move. It doesn't matter if you stumble or fall. After all, You can always course correct. Bring love to the part of you that is afraid and that has lost faith. Remember, you are not alone, as the goddess Hecate will not abandon you in the dark, nor will you remain there for long. Consider as you move forward through life the sacred challenge of trusting the magic that makes this world and your part in it sing with meaning. Don't be afraid to step into the dark. The goddess Hecate will raise her torch and show you the way out. Okay, that was for Aries. Next one, a couple minutes later, is Taurus. Taurus, the North Node has been in your sign, so you have really been karmically aspected for the last 18 months. And now you're getting ready to have a little break. Rhea, number 43, 4 and 3 is 7. And 7 is really about delving, we'll say for here, for delving into your spirituality. And she's right side up. So it says for you, Taurus, do you notice how when you're in alignment with the universe, everything in your life just seems to flow? The Greek goddess Rhea, whose very name means flow and ease, comes to let you know that you're entering such a time. While the flow state is not permanent for most people, it's a beautiful feeling that allows you to lose yourself in the rhythm. It's as if you're traveling down a magic stream where ideas and insights pour through you from a vast source of information that is gifted to you. The way to ensure you remain in this beautiful energy as long as you can is to observe your life with relaxed attention, listening to the personal guidance to you as you move forward without restraint or fixed ideas. You can enter a flow state anytime you're willing to release your expectations. It requires trust, and the goddess Rhea ensures your boat will never capsize as you move from a slow stream to a rapid river. By the way, if you are tuning in, thank you for the time, Robert. I love you. I think I just blushed. Oh my God, do you know what? You know how many people would give money to see that? That's just the cutest thing ever, isn't it? If you're just tuning in, you can listen for your sun sign, also listen for your ascendant, and then listen for your moon sign. And especially on a full moon, listen for your moon sign and apply it to your feelings, okay? For your ascendant, you can listen and apply it for what you feel like you are doing. That doesn't have to mean your job. It could mean what you're thinking about taking action on. If you are, for your ascendant, it's who you be. Like what's going on in your soul right now. Does that make sense? Okay, for Gemini, woohoo. We have Mott, truth. And the number is 30. So 3 is all about catalyst for change. She's right side up. Gemini, it says, there's a great power in telling the truth and allowing it to lead you to higher ground. It's only when we refuse to see the reality of a situation that we lose our power to co-create for the highest good. The Egyptian goddess Mott comes to remind you that if you are willing to do a fearless self-inventory and live authentically with rigorous honesty, it will lead you to great success in all areas of your life. Being completely transparent with others, although it might at first feel too vulnerable, is exactly what you need to do now. When you do this, you will be flooded with the power to claim and experience a new freedom and a new happiness that will pour over your life like a wild, sweet honey. Your life is exactly where it needs to be. This is a wonderful time of empowered choice making. You are doing all the right things if you follow the invitation of Mott to live fearlessly in truth. As the arbiter of balance and divine order, she reminds you of the great value of this way of being. Beautiful. Beautiful. My shuffling skills are spot on. Okay, let's see here. We have Cancer. We're in Cancer. Happy birthday, Cancers. You sweet, soft things. Oh, goodness. You got Demeter the nurturing. She's upside down. You're doing a little too much nurturing, Cancer. You don't say. I think that's what you're known for, right? 1 and 1, 11 equals 2. It's time to up your connection with self, homeboy, homegirl. All right. Do you sometimes overgive to people until you're an empty well? Cancer, say it's not so. Perhaps you've attracted others who are needy and want you to look after them. Or you might be in a pattern of people-pleasing because you're afraid to set boundaries. There is a sticky quality to connections based on this need to be needed. Although the possible repercussions for setting boundaries are in your mind, your body holds on to fear tightly, so it can be scary to make a change. No one wants to admit that they are manipulative or codependent, but it's important to be honest about where you find yourself now. Demeter knows the price of this way of being, as it caused her to lose something so dear to her. Now she has come to show you another way. Your alignment task is to recognize that it's time to step back, take a breath, and say no to the behaviors and people that are draining you. It's that simple. The divine is the one with the plan. Gather your love, your nourishment, and your self-worth. Choose how you nurture and how you want to receive it. You are so loved when the goddess Demeter brings you her nurturing energy to help you course correct. That's a really pretty reading, Cancer. Okay, we're moving on to Leo. Leo, Venus is going retrograde in your sign. A little bit random stuff there. But you'll be really feeling, you're going to have a really good chance to hone your creativity and how you're presenting yourself to the world. Venus being retrograde in your sign is really going to help you hone your personal appearance and your methods of personally presenting yourself. Nyx Secrets 39 upside down, 3 and 9 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. So we've got change going on, catalyst for change. That's another thing with when a planet is retrograde. You can find out some stuff in that particular aspect. Secrets can come to light when a planet is retrograde, and going back over what you've been learning. The goddess of the night, Leo, mystery and secrets. I was speaking to you, Leo. She's not the goddess of Leo. Let me start over. I was a little confusing there. The goddess of the night, mystery and secrets, Nyx, asks you to ask yourself a deep question about denial. What secret have you kept from yourself? Could you be remaining in a relationship that isn't working for you because you won't address the fear of what will happen if you leave or do things differently? Have you been afraid to ask for what you need? Are you in an addictive spiral thinking one more bite of food or one more glass of wine will make you feel better? Whatever it is you are refusing to face, the goddess Nyx promises if you do, you will be amazed at the beauty of your liberation and power. She offers you this alignment task for you to engage in rigorous honesty and self-evaluation, coupled with a fierce self-love and commitment to growth. Be optimistic, because the moment you are willing to name your unease, you claim your inner strength, your peace, and your hope. You can do it. Venus being retrograde in your sign is going to help you with stuff like that. Relationships, creativity, how you're treating yourself, how you see yourself. Speaking of Venus, I have personal care products. I am rebranding, so you can, I don't know if you guys can see those on your thing. I have soaps, look at this, and all kinds of, this is quantum lip balm. Yes, all kinds of goodies that are charged with scalar energy. They make your body immune from Wi-Fi, cell phone, and ELF wave exposure for 2.5 days per application. That's remarkable because you reduce radiation from all of the appliances and those great big towers that are all up around our skin, beaming us full of stuff. You don't have to tear them down when you can evolve them. You are the new human. Yes, we are pulling for Virgo. I'm sorry, I didn't finish one thought before I went on to another one. So you can go to my Etsy store, or you can find out about my products and purchase directly from me. If you are interested, drop a little note in the comments and we'll chat more. I have no idea how to say this. We're going to say Mnemosyne, the past. 36. 3 and 6 is 9. 9 is when you have understood a cycle. It's not the completion of it yet, but you have done the work to do the learning and live the experience, and so it's time to close it out. All right, this is for Virgo. 36. Oopsie woo. There are certain moments within your personal history that hold great treasure for you now. When you examine your memories, which are the domain of the Greek goddess Mnemosyne, empowered wisdom is revealed. The lessons you find are like sacred talismans contained within your past, like fossils in amber. Right now, you can trust your instincts that if something brings to mind your past, it is indeed a kernel of the old in the new. This is an amazing opportunity to make informed choices and to do things differently. This goddess has another powerful message for you. There are many choice points in life where you have the power to make beautiful changes and become more creative, empowered, and alive. Yes, sometimes memories that live in the cell, I'm sorry. Yeah, oh, no, I read it right. Yes, sometimes memories that live in the cells of your body will trigger palpable fear, but you can move beyond your past to discover new territories, and a new vision of freedom will come to you. You won't see the past the same anymore, as wisdom replaces numb acceptance. The memories will change because you have changed. This freedom is gained by willingness and curiosity. Relationships become rich with potential, and all your natural choices will no longer fall into old patterns that are not serving you. The goddess Mnemosyne wants you to experience this miracle. Okay, reading for Libra. I feel like we need some soothing music. All right, for Libra, number 9, Capricorn, potential, and she's upside down. All right. Thank you, sweet one. I see that time. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Libra, number 9, number 9, number 9. When you become complacent in your comfort zone, you run the risk of never moving beyond where you are. Your true potential remains dormant and inaccessible. This may feel like a vague boredom, an envy of others, or an anxiety accompanied by a sense of low self-worth, reinforced by habit or an addiction to feeling life like life will be amazing for everyone else but you. Or in so many cases, it's just trained into you after generation upon generation of repression and conformity. The goddess Capricorn comes to remind you that it's time to course correct. Your alignment task is to turn this around by releasing all judgment towards yourself and others and reclaiming those dreams you've seemed to have lost. Write down those dreams and set your intentions. Then look in a mirror, imagining that you're looking into Capricorn's transformative cauldron, and say them out loud as if they have already happened. You are so much more than you allow yourself to be. Only good will come from your growth. Your dreams and cherished desires are important to the divine. This way is simple and profound. Just say yes with gratitude in your heart, and the goddess Capricorn will lead you to discover your highest good. If you guys want to run that back and listen to that again, that is a really good full moon ritual. In fact, real quick, that was for Libra, okay? Really quick, if you are interested in a full moon ritual, so the full moons are about illumination and celebration. You can apply the moon cycle to the cycle with a farmer, and the new moon is when you're planting, and the full moon is when we're harvesting. We're getting to see how our crops have grown. We're getting to see what needs adjustment. And so it's about releasing, it's about illuminating, it's about celebrating. If you want to write down anything you want to let go of, you can also write down things that you're saying thank you for and you're in celebration of. And then you can bury them outside in the ground under the moon tonight. You can set them on fire. You can write, I think I said write them down, didn't I? Write them down on a piece of paper, and you can take them outside and set them on fire. and release the things that you're letting go of, or saying thank you for the things that you're celebrating. And as you're burning that piece of paper and it's turning to smoke, you are converting your physical energy into your matter into, oh my gosh, you are transforming matter into energy. That is the symbolism behind the paper being burnt into the smoke. It's where the prayer, or the celebration, whatever your intention is, whatever your feeling is behind what you're burning, is being, it's leaving you, and you are giving it, offering it to the spirit world. So this moon, all full moons are good for that, but this is a really good opportunity if you want to take advantage of that. As I throw the cards. Okay, we're reading for Scorpio. Scorpio, you get Ain, I think that's how you say her name, number 1. And she is about adaptability. So, you're paying it. Number 1 is all about source and self. This looks like you're being invited to meet more of you. Scorpio, when you set intentions for how your life could be different, better, fuller, juicier, prosperous, creative, more meaningful, etc., adaptability is the power you'll need to rely on. The old familiar you, the one who is used to your comfort zone, is now invited to dance in uncharted territory. The questions to ask yourself as you step into the unknown are, who do I need to become in order to experience this life I desire? What in me needs to shift so I can welcome this amazing abundance? You may want to pull an extra card after reading, let's see here, to grant further insight. And know you have everything you need right now. You are aligned with the Celtic shapeshifter goddess, Ain, who could effortlessly move between your world of fairy. Her power of adaptability is sparkling within you. Magic is afoot. 23 Ishtar Communion. That's your additional guidance, Scorpio. Scorpio got a 2 for 1. Okay. So number 23, right side up. 2 and 3 is 5. Catalyst for change. Your intimate relationship with the invisible world is being called upon right now as you enter unfamiliar environments and situations. It's time to commune with the great goddess. The aspect of the conscious universe is her most collaborative form. The world then becomes your oracle as it opens up and communicates everything you need in the form of signs, omens, and messages. Now is the time to pay attention to synchronicities in those moments when logic and reason fail to give you the full picture. Scorpio, you're already good at this. You have inherent ability to process life this way very intuitively. The Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar reminds you of the time in her ancient temples when her priestesses served as oracles, communing with the goddess and imparting wisdom to the people who sought guidance. Look at everything in your life as an opportunity for communion. Losing the need for self-centeredness, connecting to source in a sacred, intimate way. You will not pray on your knees as a supplicant. You engage the great goddess as a partner in co-creation, participating in the making of worlds. No one needs to rescue you when you act empowered, aware, and awake to the wondrous miracle you're a part of. What a pretty reading. Okay, we're moving on to Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much for the times. I really appreciate your help. That's a cool reading for you, Scorpio. Be adaptable. Allow your intuition. Go with the flow. Partner in a new way. I like that. Okay, Sagittarius. Woo. That's a strong one when they fall out like that. 2 and 4 is 6. And you've got Isis. You're rebirthing, Sag. By the way, those of us fire signs, if you're a fire sign, with this nodal change, with the north node moving into Aries, we fire signs will be comforted by the additional fire. We like feeling that comfort. So anyway, that's what was making me think when I see rebirth. It always comes with fire. She's got fire in the background. It never happens easy. Okay, Sagittarius rising. Sag moon. The process of soul retrieval, resurrection, and rebirth is the theme recurrent with the stories of the Egyptian goddess Isis and one that she invites you to address now. This is a powerful moment to see some of what you thought you'd lost go through a process of regeneration to live again. Like magic, the pieces of you that were considered lost in old wounds and stories are ready to be reclaimed in a healthier, more mature version. When you were hopeless, now there is hope. Where you lost faith, you have the capacity for even more now. Where there was inequity and justice, now you can see a better way. Where you were abandoned, now you can choose you. You are ready to face these parts of yourself and gather them together as you step into a newer, more powerful version of yourself, your work, your relationships, and your creativity. Have courage. Let go of blame. Claim your accountability and then co-create something better. You can do this. The goddess Isis has come to help you as a potent supporter in your growth. I'm a Sag rising. That's right on time for me. I'm really having to allow change. And like I said in the beginning, and get judgment out the way. So that's a good one for me. You guys comment when you hear your card and how it applies, how it resonates. I'm always interested in how that works for others. We have reading for Capricorn. Oh, all right. It's Hera, number 20, and the focus is on alliance. I was going to say, for Capricorn, I intuitively think right off the bat, the alliances with self. Cap, we've learned a lot about ourselves with the last 15.5 years of Pluto being in our sign. You've been tested and brought through it. If you're still here, you're okay. You're all right. There's fireworks going on. You're a good girl. We have really been brought through the fire. We've had Pluto in our sign for 15.5 years. By the time Pluto leaves, it'll be almost 16. You've been 5 people by now. You are learning to pay attention to who you are in an authentic way and how to partner with yourself. When we learn to partner with ourselves, we learn to partner with all that is. I felt like I met God when I fell in love with Heather. The Greek goddess Hera, come here, wife of Zeus, knew intimately that positive alliances lead to great power. At this time, you're magnetized to receive aid from people who have greater wisdom and that can help you to the next level. Perhaps it's a mentor who appears or someone in the know. Making connections with others and finding strategic partnerships are favored right now as you explore the nature of becoming empowered by association. This works well if you have a healthy sense of self-worth and you are able to learn without diminishing yourself in any way. Right now, Hera is supporting you to form beneficial alliances for the greater good of all. When called to action or faced with a decision, ask, how does this benefit me and how can I serve the highest good as a result of this connection? Powerful question. You may also be called to give help to another who needs your mentorship. Give freely, for only good will come of it. This is a wonderful time for all manner of connection and collaboration. So, as a Capricorn, and I want to say to other Capricorns, it's time to absolutely partner with people. You know yourself better than you did before. I'm sure your self-worth has improved, even if you're not quite sure who you are right now. If you can avoid judgment of self, it's really good. That's a great question. How does this benefit me and how can I serve the highest good as a result of this connection? Because you know now that you are more important than you thought you were. You know now that you have more gifts than you thought you did. You know now that you are stronger than you ever thought you were capable of. So you also understand that with that, you got more assets. You got more resources. So you're coming to the table holding more. It's time that you want that others are also holding more and ready to partner with you on a more beneficial, prosperous level. There's no more lowering yourself to save others. It's not beneficial anymore. So associations that help you rise. And we're finally pulling for Pisces. Pisces Sun, Pisces Ascendant, Pisces Moon. You can apply it differently. Demeter, Nurturer. And it's number 11. and she's right side up. 1 and 1 is 2, partnership with self. If you have a Pisces moon, you are a nurturer. Pisces is the most evolved sign in the zodiac. Those who are Pisces, they've done it a few times before. Giving to others is a wonderful feeling. When you have a healthy sense of yourself, you want to share your love, your inspiration, your experience, and the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the harvest, Demeter, reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You've now tapped into your nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well-meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. Now is the time to nourish yourself too. Forgiving must be balanced by receiving. Allow yourself to feel how the universe is like a wonderful, nurturing mother that is always there when you need her. Demeter says, trust that you are loved and cared for all day, every day, and for all time, especially now. Beautiful. So Pisces, water yourself, you sweet fish. Pisces are super in tune anyway. So for a Pisces to have a healthy life as a highly empathic and compassionate human being, they have to set healthy boundaries from an early time. I have a Pisces moon. I have a Pisces sun. My brother was a Pisces. They're super high feelers. So we're all super high feelers when we get in touch with our feelings. And that's what I want to wrap up with, you beautiful people. We have more ability to connect and evolve and to heal and to be happy as a human being than ever before. There are things called dispensation of co-creation which are given to Earth. There's goodie bags. That's awesome. Handed out by creation and laws that are created to help things flow that none of us get out of, like karma, right? And so the dispensation of co-creation has been granted to Earth, meaning that you get to evolve and you get to go from the back seat of the car into the co-pilot seat. And that's amazing. With that, though, comes more responsibility and more need to check in with ourselves, more need to govern ourselves, and more need to take care of ourselves. But it's a counterbalance. The more I take care of myself, the more I am able to take care of myself. Ha 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 ha. How cool is that? And the more I fill my own bucket, the more I can share with others. But I can't pour what I do not possess. So, remember to let go of all that we think we need to get out of our own way right now. Allow source to flow to us. Let me read this. And let's do. Would you like for me to pull a card for you, Gabriel? We talked about it this past Sunday. Wow, so good thing will happen, I guess. Yeah, let's do one of these for you. Let's give you one of these fun little cards. I know this is silly. I know you guys are gonna think I'm silly, but it's so fun. I love this so much. Beaver says, do your chores. Okay, so this little, what does this say here? I'm gonna say how we apply this for your question is make sure your things are in order. Do the next right thing. Busy as a beaver. Yes. This is a little kid card, but I love little kid simplicity when we're trying to get out of our head and into our heart. So your intuitive reading, Gabriel, and this cute little kid card says, make sure your stuff is in order. Do the next right thing and see things working out well. See things working out well, and if you maintain your positive outlook, whatever happens is the right thing. But it helps you stay in the positive mindset. Just do the next right thing. Do your chores and trust that it's all in order. Silly little cards. Jessica, would you like for me to pull a card for you? I know you're a Capricorn. I'm pulling a little one for you. Dream. Lizard says dream. That's a big order for a Capricorn. We're very, very practical. What do you want to do with your life now or when you grow up? Dream on, I say. It's those that listen and follow their dreams that are happiest in their lives. It doesn't really matter where the dream may lead you. Whatever path you're on is the right one. These visions and ideas you get about what you want to do are called the dream of your life, or sometimes the path of your soul. Dare to dream big and don't let yourself be intimidated by what others think or say, especially if your dreams feel right and make you feel good. These dreams are the ones where you imagine the kinds of things you want to do with your life, either now or when you become an adult. Often, this is where an idea starts that later becomes true. Oh my God, I love that so much. I love it so much. It makes me so excited. That's why I use those cards. I use them for kids when I do work with kids. But I also think that is the, Jesus said you got to have I should not quote the Bible because I am not the best, but something about, you got to be childlike to enter the kingdom of heaven. I believe the kingdom of heaven is all around us. And when we play in that childlike, vulnerable creativity, we make magic happen. I heard a quote the other day, and the man was saying that, no one smarter than you created this life that you see in front of your face. So show up to make change. Show up to make change in the ways that you want, and to create the life you desire. I love it. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I will post my YouTube link. Please follow or subscribe to my YouTube. I will also put my Etsy link, and if you have any questions about products, delicious bath salts, you can put them in the comments, and then you can go to my website or my store and find out more info. So thank you so much for being here with me. Happy Capricorn full moon, and I will see you all next time. I love you. I forgot to say I love you. I love you. I love you.